My family and I just got back from China. We were there for a little over 2 weeks on what we call a cultural immersion trip. Started in Hong Kong, flew out to Beijing, took a bullet train to Xi'an, then another train to Chengdu, then another train to the Avatar Mountains, then train back to Hong Kong. We were completely blown away by what we saw from the gigantic cities, some of the biggest and cleanest cities. Amazing food, amazing culture, got to see pandas, got to see the terracotta warriors, got to walk on the Great Wall. But what also contributed to the wow factor of China was all the technology, and specifically when it comes to Chinese electric vehicles, because most cars in China nowadays, especially in big cities, are Chinese EVs, which means that cities are quiet and pretty much pollution-free. And not only that, the Chinese EVs that they have there are absolutely amazing. For example, there's one Chinese EV that has a little screen in the back that tells you what's in front of the car that you're following. So if the car in front of you stops at a red light and there's a pedestrian crossing, the car displays in the back that the reason why this car stopped is because the person is walking in front of it, so don't get angry. Anyways, a lot of screens, a lot of leather, a lot of luxuries, a lot of massaged seats and whatnot, but I was completely blown away, and I wanted to share some of the clips that I've made for you. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Are we ready for technology like that, or not? Or do we even need it? Let me know down in the comments below, and enjoy these clips.
Hey there. How's your day going? Want to practice some English conversation, or maybe get some recommendations for places to visit here in Chengdu?
Yes, give me a recommendation for something touristy to do tomorrow.
How about visiting the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding tomorrow?
We went there today. Take a look at this BYD dealership, starting with the flagship, which actually happens to be a minivan. It's sort of a replacement for the S-Class. We used to see a lot of the S-Classes in the city. Those have been replaced by these luxurious vans. And you can just tell how high of a quality this product is. I've got to say, picking this over the S-Class or even the Escalade. A lot of cars in the US, sort of executive movers, use Escalades. This is so much better. And what's cool about these cars is you've got this touchscreen here. I don't know if this is going to work. There you go. But everything is controlled via touchscreen. You've got massage seats. You can adjust the seats with this touchscreen. Pretty cool. And you do feel like you're on an airplane. Now, this is yet another SUV that's here. Denza B9. I don't know much about it. There's not much info about it, but it's sort of very Range Rover-esque. You've got seat control as well. It smells really good in here. So it's a 3-row large SUV, sort of executive seating with captain chairs in the back. Look at the quality. Wow, you've got this wood finish that feels like real wood. High quality buttons. You've got a screen for the passenger, which obviously is a touch screen. What are these? I don't know what these are. Please remove the protective film. Nope. Then you've got this center screen, and of course a screen behind the steering wheel. Steering wheel feels very high quality. Look at these buttons. I love these buttons, and I love the fact that Chinese EVs are bringing physical buttons. So it's not always about just the touch screen. You do see some physical buttons, which I really enjoy. I love the look, actually. Very aerodynamic. The trunk is opening to reveal a pretty small trunk behind the third row, but I'm assuming if you fold these, you can fold these seats. Takes a little while. The seats fold almost flat, and it still is a pretty large SUV. Button here to close. Oh, look, what is that? Look, you have a hanger here. How brilliant is that? You have a little hanger here and another hanger on this side. We can hang some stuff when you're camping. How cool is that? And then you've got some of the more pedestrian ones. So this is the one that you see a lot on the street. I would say this is the equivalent of Tesla Model 3. Now, unlike Tesla Model 3, you actually get more screens. You've got a screen behind the steering wheel. You get a smaller center screen, similar charging ports. And check this out again, physical buttons. Look at the cool seats. Not only are they deeply bolstered, but you've got these cool colored pipings and stitchings on the side. Trunk space fits a set of golf clubs, I think. Now, it's not an automatic liftgate, which is fine. What is this? BYD Atto 2. Let's see what this is. Again, this is an all-electric one. Oh, this is a lot smaller than the Model Y. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So you sit behind the wheel. You are again greeted by a center screen right here and a screen behind the wheel. You've got physical buttons on the steering wheel. Steering wheel is covered in nice leather with deviated stitching, similar to what you get on a Porsche. You also get 2 massive wireless chargers, and again, physical buttons. I do like the size of this screen. It doesn't seem to be very oversized, and what I do see, Apple CarPlay. So these cars do come equipped with Apple CarPlay, which again, Tesla does not offer. Look at the door cards. Look how cool they look. So this is Atto 2, this is Atto 3, and I think this one probably is the equivalent of a Tesla Model Y in the US, or outside of the US as well. A lot of Tesla Model Ys here. Trunk space, very similar to a Tesla Model Y. So I would say this is a competitor. You've got the door handles that stick out and greet you. Backspace, similar to what you get on a BMW iX. I actually had one for a couple of days. Very, very similar, and very comfortable. In front of me, check out these seats. Look at these gigantic bucket seats. Leg extension, fully adjustable. Look how cool the seats look. Look how freakish and futuristic the door cards look. And in front of me, I've got this awesome steering wheel. This screen, center screen, slightly larger than what you saw on this one. It's very similar in size to what you get in the Tesla. I do like the way it sits more sort of out there. Tesla's screen is a little closer to you. This one is more in there. Oh my God, look at this. I didn't even expect that. Oh, that is crazy. Okay, so this screen auto rotates, which is pretty cool, depending on the view that you have. How awesome is that? And again, down here, you've got physical buttons, fan controls, you've got your parking, drive mode, start, stop, volume controls, that's physical. I would say that's enough. And then your drive button. But again, look at that. How cool is that? But this is really what I came here for, the Denza B9. This is a plug-in hybrid, 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, paired with an electric motor. Once you run out of battery, the gasoline motor kicks in. On the inside, you're greeted by nothing but quality. Look how premium feeling this interior looks like. You've got these highly bolstered seats. Look at the different leathers. You've got sort of that grayish on the outside and light gray on the inside. You've got a center screen. This center screen, I don't think it rotates, but that's okay. You actually have physical buttons. You've got sort of these Lamborghini Urus inspired buttons here, G-Wagon inspired buttons here. You do have front lockers, rear lockers. I don't think you have a center locker. You've got crawl control, what appears to be more storage here. Seats appear to be ventilated, and I bet you they are heated. But what's cool is, look how sort of high quality looking everything is. In the back, a lot of leg room for the passengers. And let me show you one of my favorite features, which is the trunk, which swings sideways, revealing quite a lot of storage space. And then let me show you again behind the wheel, because I've sat in this car for quite some time and I just simply couldn't get enough of it. Look, you've got a pretty big head-up display. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There you go, a little bit maybe. A pretty big head-up display, a digital screen behind the steering wheel, which obviously most cars get. Look, dual display. You've got your battery charge and how much fuel you have. This is a proper hybrid. I wish my Land Cruiser was this type of a hybrid. Everything is Pretty intuitive touchscreen here. You've got your angles here, different modes here, and what's cool about it is, check this out, on the steering wheel you've got different drive modes. Obviously everything is in Chinese, but every time you switch a drive mode you get this cool whooshing sound. Hear it. Whoa. Now how about this for a treat? This is an all-electric, battery powered, obviously all electric, 1300 horsepower car. It looks sort of like a Koenigsegg. You've got that swan neck, gooseneck spoiler, kind of what you get on the GT3 RS. The presence of it is so insane. 0 to 60, 2.6 seconds. But the suspension apparently is capable of jumping. So you can jump over potholes in this car. So cool. On the inside, I don't think I can get inside, but you can see Alcantara seats. Sort of McLaren inspired center console. So this is a Geely. This is a hybrid. Again, a plug-in hybrid, small SUV, similar to what you get in a Tesla Model Y in terms of size. But unlike Tesla Model Y, check this out. Heated, ventilated, and massaged seats. Nicely bolstered. Oh, you sit behind the wheel. Again, screen behind the sort of not so round wheel, head-up display. Cool screen. Does this rotate? No, but you've got 360 cameras, so this does not rotate. Again, physical buttons. Physical buttons are coming back, ladies and gentlemen. And you've got a volume knob with some cool pressy features here. So physical buttons are coming back. Chargers here, super cool. And again, legroom in the back, similar. Cool feature. This full glass sunroof actually opens up. You don't get that in many cars, so very unique. And a cool looking steering wheel. Love it. So this is one of my favorite vans actually, GAC. You see a lot of them here. This to me is one of the most beautifully designed interiors across all of them, because many of these cars have 3 screens and all of that. This one is very classy because you've got your obviously screen behind the steering wheel, and you've got this nicely integrated center screen, manually adjustable vents, and again, some physical buttons. Everything feels very high quality. Again, I don't know much about the brand. I don't know if it's good or bad, but if someone who came down from space saw this car, they would assume that this is a very high quality vehicle. Leather feels great. It looks like the seats are perforated, so they might be cooled or ventilated, and definitely heated. Look at the design on the door. I just love the design inside. And then automatic doors, captain's chairs. Crazy. Oh my gosh, hauling your family or even your executives in the back must be so comfortable. And then when you thought Lexus had a massive grille, this is like, you know that time when the straight pipes did a Photoshop of a Lexus grille that was oversized? Well, this car did it in real life. But kind of works for this car. I don't know, kind of works. And now we're at Zeekr, which is the most premium of the minivan brands and SUV brands. Cool, bold, angular design. I have to start from the front. I know the back is really what the business is. Look at the quality of the interior. Quality seats. Ooh, they do feel great. Let's push the seats back to see what we can get on the inside. Storage right here in front of me. Nice plastic screen that's nice and not too big, not too small. I do have to say, no physical buttons. I guess they're not keeping up with the Kardashians. Physical buttons on the steering wheel. You've got a digital dash, Yamaha sound system. Look at the split A-pillar design, which eliminates that blind spot. Very cool. Door cards look super nice. Look at that cool design on the door card. Very nice. Seats, very BMW-esque with these headrests. But let's not kid ourselves. The party is in the back. This is as executive as it gets. In the US, this will be families hauling kids. Here in China, this is how executives and taxis operate. Look at this beautiful screen right there. Obviously, this is all touch screen. When you do close the door, this is almost crazy. You've got these cool touch displays on the door. Wow. Very cool. And a digital clock on the door. I've never seen anything like that. This back illuminated Alcantara panel. Geez, I feel like such an executive sitting in here. Let's take a look at this one, which to me is something that looks like a Porsche Cayenne, but I am going to compare it to a Tesla Model Y, which is my benchmark. Very sleek. There's no red taillights. 7X Platinum. What did I say about the Porsche inspired design? Even the center dash. Before we get inside, let's take a look at the design. Very cool. Automatic door openers as opposed to physical buttons. The buttons feel high quality. Ooh, seats feel super soft. Wow. Honestly, not as bolstered as in other cars, but yeah, they feel very soft. Behind this behind this Zeekr steering wheel, you've got physical buttons. And ooh, look at the cameras. Holy smokes. So I pressed this physical button and it revealed all these cameras. Let's see, close windows. Ooh, no, I don't want to close windows. No. Okay, I guess it closed the windows. Look, can we 3D? Ooh, look at that. A lot of cars have that, but this is pretty cool. Normal wheel hub. Let's see, wheel hub. So you have no excuses when it comes to scratching your wheels. And again, physical buttons. Oh, physical glove box button. Look at that. Physical buttons here. Physical button to open the trunk, which we're going to do. It's opening up. We're going to take a look. But yeah, again, not a round steering wheel. You've got this squarish looking steering wheel, which I quite like. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, no paddle shifters. I don't know much about range. Obviously, this is just a visual sort of review of these cars. Cool, really nice. I like how this cup holder lid slides off and on. Very cool. And when I do close the door, see, they close automatically for me. You've got these Volvo inspired frameless rear view mirrors, which I don't blame them for. Look at this head-up display. I hope the camera picks up the head-up display quality. Insane. It's like watching a movie, yet you can still see through it. Hard to explain. But okay, let's get out. I don't want to open my door. Let the door open for me. Ugh. Where's the mechanism? I guess this is the mechanism. Ooh, this is a steel rod that probably pushes the door. And then if we want to close it, let's do that. Oh, back door. And this opens the door for the back. Seriously, this is awesome. This is what a baby seat would fit, would look like in the back. Floor is nearly flat. There's a tiny hump. Very cool. And with this Porsche Cayenne inspired design, you've got 3 luggages that fit very comfortably. I love it. I absolutely love it. And this one I've been seeing on the street. I don't even know what it is. It's an Icar. That's all I know. It's an Icar. To me, it looks like a cute car. I've seen different versions of it. I've seen versions with white rims. It looked tough and cute at the same time. Oh my gosh, that is so insane. That is so insane. Holy smokes. Are you seeing this? If this car came to the US, that would be the end of the Jeep. That would be the end of a Land Cruiser. Look, I can pass my legs through. Again, I don't know much about the range. I don't know much about anything. In terms of design, physical controls, once again, you have physical controls paired with a screen. Oops. There you go. Drive mode selector here. Look at, oh my gosh. Okay. I think this must be my favorite car so far. You know, if you follow my channel, you know I love rugged SUVs. This is so cool. So, look, door handles are illuminated and you open it up like this. So simple. In the back, flat floor. This is what the interior looks like from the back seat. Things that stand out: 2 physical controls on the steering wheel, and you also have window down switches on top, which is pretty cool. Very Toyota Land Cruiser and GX460-esque. Again, simple and effective. Digital paired with analog at the bottom. How cool is that? To get out, you open the door and you have a step and you have another step. Look at this net holder on the door. Wow, so cool. Ooh, it's a swivel trunk. I wonder what's in the back. It's definitely not a spare. Oh, it's a safety box. Jesus, take a look at this trunk space. Oh my gosh. Yes, look how much space you have here. This is my car. This car, I don't even care what range this car has. This would be the car that I would pick. Forget about the minivans. This is insanity. And look at the quality. High quality. What is this thing? I'm curious to know. I know some of you who are watching it probably know and are making fun of me, but yeah. Look at this cool design. By the way, as I was concluding this video, I started talking to the person who works here. This car costs $28,000 equivalent, 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds, 550 kilometers of range. This would be my car if this car came to the US. I just can't get enough of it. Sick, absolutely sick.